Hi everyone, welcome back to Dazola Designs. Today I'm going to take you on a Granny Square journey. This is called the Seasons of Daisies Granny Square. We're going to be doing this gorgeousness today. This is not my pattern. This pattern is from Susan Villalobos, and she's from Argentina. This is from the book, The Ultimate Granny Square Sourcebook. It is on page 27. There's a great pattern and follow along, but I'm going to do the tutorial for this. This is my first in a series of Granny Square tutorials. I am going to be using the same color scheme. It's about 10 different colors. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 10 different colors. So what I plan on doing is making wearables from the Granny Squares that I use. So that should be really, really exciting. Today, and in all of this Granny Square tutorials, I will be using the Big Twist Soft. So it is gorgeous yarn. It's 320 yards. It's a 6mm hook. It's 4 weight. I will be using the color gold. I love these colors. I'll be using teal. I will be using avocado. And this one is gorgeous cranberry. So you will need at least 2 separate colors, I would say. If you have 4 separate colors, awesome. If you just want to do it in 1 color, that's fine too. What I do suggest though is using a hook the manufacturer's recommended hook size. So this is a 6mm. If your yarn you're using call for a 4mm, use that. Use whatever hook size that your yarn manufacturer calls for. So I'll be using a 6mm hook, and then I'm sure along the way we will need a pair of scissors, and also you will definitely need a yarn needle to tuck those in. If you are a beginner, I do also suggest using stitch markers just so you know where your place is in or going around. Stitch markers actually help tremendously, okay? So we are going to start with the middle right here. And that middle, I'm going to be using this gorgeous color of gold Big Twist yarn. So grab all of your ingredients and let's get started. Okay everyone, so again I am starting out with the gold color. We're going to start out with the middle of the flower, so hopefully you have the color that you want, and keep in mind that this is your project. It does not have to be yellow in the middle. It could be whatever color you want in the middle. My daughter actually chose the colors, so I'm doing yellow. So we're going to start out with a magic ring or magic circle. Don't freak out. I have a very easy way of doing this, and just remember that practice makes better. Okay, so you want to put the strand of yarn in between your thumb and your first finger and hold your hand out like this. So my thumb and my first finger is holding on. Put your 2 fingers down, go over and under and make an X, and put the yarn in between your ring and your pinky finger, just like that. Grab your hook. Put the hook under. I call this the northwest quadrant. Hook down, pull the hook, pull the yarn, and there is your loop on your yarn. That is your loop. So all you do is hold this, take your fingers out, and what I do is I immediately chain 1. So it's locked on there. Okay, mine looks like a little bag. But just keep practicing and you will get it, I promise, okay? So then on your loose strand, you can take it and pull it a little bit, just like that. So we are going to be working inside this circle right here. And you have to go over these 2 strands of yarn or the magic circle will no longer have magic, okay? It will lose all of its magic. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 6 half double crochets inside this circle, okay? And we will do this together. So I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller. It's just easy to work with. And if we need more room, the circle just expands automatically, okay? So 6 half double crochets inside this circle. Whoop, half double crochets. So that is 1. I'm doing single crochets, half double crochets. 2. 3. Inside. 4. And you can pull this a little bit tighter. So we have 4. 5. You can pull it a little bit tighter. And 6. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then all you're going to do is slip stitch into this first half double crochet. Okay? So since we have the 6 half double crochets in the ring, you want to take your loose strand and pull it a little bit tighter, not all the way, just a little bit, like that. Okay, take your other strand. I know we have all the strands, sometimes I get confused too. So if you did a chain 1, this is a first chain 1, we want to put a slip stitch into this first half double crochet. Just like that. Okay, so we have our first circle. This is the middle of the flower. So you want to fasten it off. I pull through like this and then make a knot like that. And then you can pull your circle tight. Just like that, you see? So now what I'm going to do is take, pull it, my yarn needle. I like to tuck my ends in as I go. We're done with the first color, and I will show you how I do that. So grab your yarn needle, put your yarn through the eye of the needle. And then what I do is I just go back and forth 3 times. And I just go through the back loops only. So you see that? There's one way. There's another way. Sometimes it gets really tight, but that's good because you know it won't never come out. Okay? And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you take your time. Crocheting is not about getting things done quickly. Crocheting should be relaxing, and it should be, this is your art. You're creating something with your own hands. So you definitely want to take the time. And there you go. So then what you do is cut this right here, like so. And we are done with the first round. I do like to leave this on here, and I'll show you why later. So there you go. Yours should look something like this. Next, we're going to grab your second color, and my second color will be turquoise. So that will be the flower part. Go ahead and grab your second color and we will get started. Okay, everyone, so this is what your little center circle should look like. Very cute. So now what we're going to do is make sure that you have 6 half double crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't worry about this little extra doodad right there. So now what we're going to do is take your second color, and this is the color of the petals. Whatever color you are going to do, we're going to make a standing slip knot. So however you make it, just like this, and you're going to want to put your hook into any of the stitches along here. I went ahead and did this yesterday, and I messed up. I only did 1 petal per stitch. You have to do 2 petals per stitch. So I will show you how to do that right now. So put your yarn on your hook, pull it a little bit tight, not too much, just like that. Separate your yarn, pull through, okay? And so you should have your loop on your hook just like this. Now you're going to want to chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, this is your first petal. And then in the same stitch, you're going to insert your hook, just like this, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. That's a slip stitch, okay? Tighten it a little bit, and then you're going to stay in the same stitch, chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then in that same stitch right down here, you want to insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. Okay, so yours should look something like this. It kind of looks a little bit weird, but these are your 2 petals. Okay, so now you're going to go in the next stitch, which is right here, and we're going to do the same thing. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through that loop. We're just doing slip stitches. Can't say that word. Chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, insert your hook down below into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop that's on your hook. And then what are we going to do? We're going to chain 11 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's okay if you let that go. So in the same stitch again, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop that's on your hook. So yours should look something like that. We should have 4 petals. Okay, we're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through again. We're just making slip stitches, okay? Chain 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay? Insert your hook into the same stitch right there, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop again, okay? So you should have the loop on your hook. Chain 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again, okay? I don't know what that is. So you should have 2, 4, 6 petals, and you should have 3 stitches left, okay? So all you're going to do is repeat that same pattern like we just did, 2 sets of 11 chains, and then slip stitch in between. I will meet you, go ahead and do these 2 by yourself, okay? And then I will meet you on this last stitch. Okay, everyone, so you can see how cute this is. So now you're gonna know how to make a cute flower. You could use this for applique or really whatever you want. It would be a cute mobile too. So you should have 1 stitch left, okay? And we're gonna do this last stitch together. So you insert your hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. And then we're going to chain 11. Let's make sure that none of this gets in the way here. Whoa, so chain 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we're going to insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. We're running out of room here. And we're going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay? And then in that same stitch right there, you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through a loop, and pull through again, okay? So now what I'm going to do, we're done with this color. There's a big truck passing by outside. Cut the color, yarn over, and just pull through and tie a knot. Make sure it's secure. Oh, look at how cute that is. I'm so excited for this, you guys. Look at how cute that is. Yay, that is so awesome. So now we are going to start in the next rounds. We're going to start the square, okay? So I always tell people this, I know this is jumping ahead a little bit, but you know, this calls for 1, 2, 3 rows of square. If you just want to do the 1 row, the 2nd row, or the 3rd row, or do all 3, it's up to you, depending on how wide you want your granny square. We'll get into that more, but grab your next color and let's get started on that.